Again.
We're joined now on the post-game show by Lincoln coach Neil Alexander. Coach, boy, a tough one here tonight. Double overtime fall to Jacksonville to open the conference season. I know early on in the season like this, one of the things that you're wanting to do is make sure that you get off to a good win for the conference. All these games leading up play into the seeding that we'll see in Collinsville. We talked about it during the broadcast a number of times. Tonight's game felt an awful lot like what we saw against Mahomet back up at Roy S. Anderson.
Yeah, we weren't. I mean, we didn't pressure the silly mistakes. We had 15 turnovers against a team that didn't pressure. And I mean, they were basically unforced turnovers. They didn't come out and force us to do anything bad. We just turned it over. And you don't win many games like that, and you don't win. We had a lead, and we just don't cover shooters and just let them walk up and hit one. And, we didn't play with a lot of energy. And, this team can't do that. You play like tonight, there's not a team in our league we can beat. You saw that today. I mean, there's 10 teams that can play basketball if they're sharp. And there's some that were wild tonight. But, it's a case of, mental preparation. And I don't know. I do know the freshman, Isaiah, had one big rebound down there and a put back, which, I thought he done pretty well for a freshman and playing. He played with some intensity. But we had some guys that just weren't with it, and we have to be with it. There's no excuse other than we have to be prepared to play. And it wasn't one guy. It was a few of them. And, you get an opportunity to get on the floor, you need to take advantage of it.
Well, Coach, and where do you turn to with getting some of those guys with energy? Do you have seniors that are good? We didn't see much from Gavin in the first half. I think 5 shot attempts, 4 points or 5 points or something like that. And finally, we kind of turned it on there in the fourth quarter. And I think we used so much energy to get us back to where we should have been before. And we just didn't have a lot left in the tank. But 25 threes taken tonight, and if we don't shoot it any better, we're going to have some guys go to the basket too.
Yeah, they done a nice job defensively. They ran the matchup and things. But, when we got behind, 10 or 12 there in the last part of the third quarter, and, we come up and we pressured, we run the floor and attacked a little better. It made things a lot easier. But, you got to do that a whole game and everything. And, we just didn't we didn't perform. But, give them credit too.
Coach, you talked about some of the things that we saw out there that we weren't happy with. Did you think that once Gavin picked up his 4th foul, when he went to the basket, he was looking more to pass than shoot, afraid to pick up that 5th foul?
Well, he went in there, and they were grabbing and holding him, and all of a sudden he was trying to protect himself, and then he gets the charging call. The officials didn't call a good game, but we didn't play a good game. We made them call a bad game, and, it's part of it. The officials are going to, if there's a good game, they're going to call a good game. If it's sloppy and, doing things, they're going to call it that way. But, I just, our guys didn't perform, and, we got to do it. I mean, we have no choice. We cannot come to the gym and expect to just walk through anybody.
Yeah, Coach, I think you had some of that luxury last year where you had more guys coming off the bench with some experience that were challenging people in practice and challenging people in games for playing time. And you also had that edge, I think, last year, and our guys here pretty quickly have to find that edge, or we're going to be down before we can get back, especially in the conference.
Well, we're going to have a hard time finishing in the upper half. This league's pretty good. It's very athletic, and we just let a team take it to us tonight. We just kind of let them do what they wanted to do, and we had no fight till we were down 12, and then we had a little bit of fight, and then by the time we got the game over, it was. We couldn't finish because we put so much energy in it, getting back into it.
Yeah, exactly. We were talking about that. Why not to fight after the late in the third and into the fourth, starting the game, and in that first half, we're probably looking at a 10, 15-point lead if we have the same intensity we played with in the fourth, and we get down too far, and you got to, like you said, you got to spend that energy. But as you said, Coach, we've got to play harder and better in the first half.
Yeah, I would like to think that, the kids are probably thinking I'm picking on them or whatever, but I think people can see if we don't play hard, we're going to struggle.
Yeah.
And we have to execute better than what we did, and they didn't do anything. We just didn't attack. I mean, we had a rebound go up, and we got guys turning, looking to see if anybody else is going to go get it, instead of reacting and going and getting it. And that's not the way you're going to. This team's going to win. This team's got to be all over that ball, and not expect somebody else to do it. They got to go get it. So it's a bad loss for them, but. You can't go and win one and then lose one and have a bad loss and learn from it, and then win one, turn around, do it again. And it's maybe we're going to have to start playing some of the freshmen and sophomores in there a little bit to get them off the court if that's the case.
Coach, you talked about how balanced the conference is. All 10 teams here today, 5 conference games. The biggest margin of victory was 5 points.
Yeah, and the way we play tonight, there's not a team we can beat in our league, not a team. And I'm just pretty honest, and but if we play, we can beat them all. But there's 18 conference games. There's a long way to go. But from being in 6 games right now, and we're 4-2, and 2 bad ones out of 6, you can't have that. There's no consistency there.
All right, Coach. Well, we will let you go. Tough one here tonight from the Railers, and only one game coming up this week. It's back home at Roy S. Anderson against a team in Rochester that came out and knocked off SHG earlier today.
Yeah, they're big, strong. They got shooters. We'll have a hard time beating them.
All right, Coach, we'll let you go on this one. A tough one here for the Railers. Safe travels back to Lincoln, and we'll see you back home on Friday night.
Okay, thank you.
Railers fall here tonight by a final of 52-47 in double overtime. We'll be back in 1 minute to wrap things up. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.